traditional executive development, if only done within the firm, can only have a limited impact. We can have a multiplier effect of that impact if one transfers that knowledge, in some cases, upstream in the value chain and also downstream in the value chain. If you take a large multinational firm that is, let's say, sourcing materials from developing countries, often the quality of the products are not meeting the basic standards required for the value chain. So moving upstream and developing a certification in things like agribusiness or any other type of production process can actually improve the value being created. Creating certifications and content for downstream players actually as well can augment value to the company in the middle. So what we've experienced is more and more over time, organizations are asking us to help their value chains as much as themselves. What we've noticed over time is many of these corporate universities are becoming themselves profit centers, and they're trying to engage in creating value beyond simply serving their internal clientele. Value chain education is one of the opportunities for these corporate universities to actually monetize, if you would, their existence or their businesses themselves. And what one notices is by using corporate universities, the interlinkages between suppliers and buyers actually is increased. There's much more customer relationship at that point, and the entire value chain benefits. And that corporate university initiative actually can be partially financed by people attending these programs. One of the challenges when you do value chain education is, what if upstream you want to affect 500,000 farmers or hundreds of retailers or resellers? A typical person, let's say in emerging markets, will not be able to afford the airfare, the hotel, and all the costs associated with a INSEAD executive education program. We've developed online or blended platforms that allow for flexible distribution of content, unlike the early MOOCs, which saw a dramatic drop-off of attendance in these programs. We've been able to gamify, use high-end video, very interactive platforms that allow participants to engage at a much higher level, leading to much higher levels of quality, but also higher levels of retention. Using those new technologies, the price point and the access point to many of these participants has fallen. The typical process of working with INSEAD as a corporate university is to first co-create content. The very first step in that process is identifying who are the key players in a value chain. We'll work together with value chain members to come up with the highest impact curriculum. That curriculum is then tested on smaller groups of people, and then we roll it out. Now, a typical rollout will start with one group of people. We take learnings from that, and then we augment it, and then we scale it, both internationally, upstream and downstream. And in collaboration with corporate universities who have an agenda to improve their value chains, we can work with these organizations, these multinationals, and actually have a much broader impact.